supposed to be there. And less than a minute. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Oh, my God, my God. Well, let me say good afternoon to you, and we are grateful to God for, again, another privilege that the Lord has granted us, that we can come together. I want to let people get on so that I can share something that I believe is important and pertinent and relevant and all that other kind of good stuff that goes along with that. Give me a second here. I'm waiting for other people. Here we go, to get on board with us. And let me cut the volume down on that one. Angie, how are you? Carletta, good afternoon to you. Jaleesa, I see you. Raymond, Vernice, good to see you. Sean, good to have you on board. Jeanette, I see you coming on. Want to give a few minutes so that we can have an opportunity to share with you a couple of things. And Elder Carter, I see you coming on board, and again, we're grateful to God. And that's the only, I mean, and I understand, I know it's hot. I know it's hot out there. Sharon, I know it's hot as all get out. Lady Rutledge, good to see you as well. So we're grateful to God for those of you who are with us and joining with us as we continue to do what we need to do. I'm going to share a couple of things with you. Okay, good. I'll share a couple of things with you, and then we'll just go from there and see what happens. See what happens or what's going to take place. Charlene, good to see you. Tom, good to have you on board with us as well. Yvonne, good to see you. Pat, Vanessa, Elaine. Hope I didn't miss anybody. I just wanted to make sure that we have everybody on, and got a couple of things I want to share with you. So I know it's going to take a minute. I didn't announce that. Minister Philly, how are you? I didn't announce that I was coming on, but I figured, as hot as it is right now, everything is just fine. Everything is going well. Thea, how are you? I am overwhelmingly excited about what the Lord is doing, even in a pandemic moment. In these moments where in these moments when we're not really sure what to do or how we're going to make it or anything. How does that one look? Because I just changed it. It'll change in a second. I'm experimenting with some things so that we can move forward. I'm waiting for the next one. Good. Yeah. Share. Make sure you share. I'm not going to keep you a long period of time, but I'm going to keep you long enough so that I can share just a couple of things. Katrina, good to see you on board. I thought I saw Jaleesa and others that on. I just want to give another minute, and then I'm going to go ahead and get started, and then we can get things going and get this information out to you. Okay, so let me say this. Sarah, how you doing? Hopefully you're staying out of all that heat down there. As you know, we're in a pandemic moment. We're in a moment when it appears that, I don't know, because people have a made up mind that they're just going to do what they want to do. They really don't care what anyone says. We live in that age and in that time. I kind of had an idea of what I was going to do, and then all of a sudden we see that Ohio has all of these hot areas now, and the problem with those areas is they can infect everyone and everything around them, which just, is enough to drive you insane, enough to just make you lose your mind. Well, what I wanted to share with you is we're going to be out of the sanctuary for a little while. In good conscience and in the leading of the Lord, I just cannot at this particular time bring us back in. So we're going to be having part praise and preaching for a little while yet, and I really was looking forward to being able to bring the congregation back indoors, but the way things are spreading, the way things are going, it just doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon. So I'm asking you to just bear with us. The Lord continually blesses us over and over again tremendously, and I'm grateful to God for that. I'm grateful for that. If the weather is that bad, now I know it's going to be hot tomorrow, but it's okay. You'll be sitting in your air conditioning. Pastor Bowman, Don, good to see y'all. And so in the midst of all of that, at least you'll be in the air conditioning of your own vehicle. 107.90 is the FM station that you can tune into so that you can hear us. Yes, we'll still have Gary, our PA system out, but you can also tune in to your FM radio to be able to hear the worship service and be a part of it live, and we'll do from there. So I'm excited about that. I'm disappointed, but I'm excited because the Lord has blessed me with a tremendous church that they understand clearly that I'm trying to do everything in my power to protect them. I don't want nothing crazy to happen to them. I don't want anyone to I just don't want that to happen when we come back together. I want the pandemic, hey Lisa, to be under control, some kind of vaccine or something available that will allow us to do that, or at least to the point where the risk of coming together is much less than what it is right now. So I wanted to share that with you. You can get that out there. Pastor DeJanae, how are you? And so I just wanted to share that. But then I've got some unbelievably exciting news. Katrina down in Florida, praying for you guys down there, praying for you tremendously. We're believing and trusting God that He will bless and keep y'all, because I'm telling you, y'all, it's just crazy everywhere. As you know, or if you have not heard this, Cora, tomorrow is our 300 Black Men March that's going to take place in Youngstown, Ohio. 300 black men are coming together. And can I tell you this? I'm not going to give you the numbers that have, Robin, that have pre-registered, but the pre-registration was beyond my expectation. When I tell you, I am so excited, and I still have 4 other pastors. I still have to hear from the mayor as to those that are coming. Now, I want to say this. It's called Suited and Booted. Yes, it's going to be in the 90s, John. Yes, it's going to be hot. Yes, we are going to march. But I want to share this with you because we've gotten a couple of phone calls. And if you don't have one, please, if you don't have a suit, please do not allow that to keep you from participating. It is overwhelmingly important that we do this. I am, and let me give a shout out. I'm not going to mention the names of those pastors, but there are pastors who are with me, who are following. They're bringing their men along with them. And when I tell you, I'm not going to even say it. I just know what I see. I know the numbers that the Lord has blessed us with. And when I tell you, it is beyond my expectations, Lori. It is beyond anything that I could have ever imagined. I know it's hot and the heat, and the men are still making it up in their minds that they're going to do it. And then we've changed the route. And the reason that we changed the route is so that we can be socially distanced. And I'm so grateful because I have some men from the Light Church, and they're going to help to make sure that we stay socially distanced. And you know, very seldom am I speechless, but I'm speechless this time because I actually am seeing the hand of God moving like I have never seen before. Okay, I mean, when I tell you, Pastor Dejanay, I'm telling you, David, I'm telling you. I mean, and then when we get there, it's more than a march. We're going to deal with some things. We're going to deal with some issues. And let me give a shout out to those persons who helped me put together the list of black businesses, black entrepreneurs, black restaurants, black services that are available in the Youngstown, Warren area. I want to thank, and I know that I probably missed some, but we're going to make them available to the men who are going to be there. I'm only running off so many because they can run them off when they get to their respective churches or their respective organizations. But Pastor Brown, I'm seeing God move in such a way. And what we need to do, Juliet, is we need to support those black businesses that are worthy of the support, who have invested in their own viability, who have invested in the community, who have invested their lifeblood into providing services. And so, and I need to say this, those services need to be worthy of the advertising. And I don't know any other way to say it, but to say it the way it need to be said, you have to be able to provide that level of support, credibility, and efficiency in what you do. And we're going to do everything we can, Ayana, Cynthia, Elder Jordan. We're going to do everything we can to start supporting black business. I need to say one more thing, and hopefully that's the one more thing that I'll say before I get ready to get out. We are also going to have, hey Rita, we're also going to have voter registration. I'm going to say this, I may make some people mad, but they got to get over it, okay? Don't do no good to march and you're not a registered voter. It doesn't do any good to do all of these things and you're not a registered voter. The one thing that God has allowed us to have, if we have nothing else, Angela, is the vote. And so that's one of the things that we're going to be doing. We have several speakers that are going to speak at that particular time to some of the things that we're going to be working on in the future. I am grateful to God for the mayor. And once we get some things established, the mayor is going to put together some roundtable conversations to see if we can't move some of these agendas forward, that we can't begin to be our brother's keeper. Now, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it because I know there's some people all bent out of shape talking about, well, why aren't we allowing other persuasions to march with us? We, as black men, first of all, have to come together. We, as black men, first of all, must be able to stand in the gap and be accountable for what we are doing. Then we can partner with other people. Then we can partner with other services that are being made available so that we are on the same page, that we are strong, that we are viable, that we are showing the community that we know how to stand together, we know how to support one another, we know how to be there for one another, and we can begin the process, Larry, of turning over revenue in our own community, just like every other nationality does. Okay? And so this is what we got to do. This is what we've got to understand. Okay? And so we do that. Let me see what you're saying, Charlene. We'll be there for support other than. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. When I say it is men only, it is men only. Because there has to come a time when we say we can do this. And then when the next one comes around, it will be all men's march. There is one coming. And I am also working on an all women's march. So I need y'all to get this, because until we galvanize, till we bring ourselves together, till we cohesively, as much as possible, move together in a collective activity and in a collective effort, we will always appear to be fragmented among everybody else. That's one of the main things that people accuse us of all the time, is we're not able to do this, and we're not doing that, and we're not doing the other, and all of these things. No, we're doing it because God has equipped us, God has enabled us, God has provided for us to be able to do so. So that's all I'm trying to say. All I'm trying to do. And Pastor Dejanay, we have an Akron church coming. You know, Pastor Vincent Peterson and the Providence Baptist Church, they got a few men that are coming from Akron. We got pastors coming from all over. Onetta, good to see you, all over the place. And this is what we're doing. We're bringing ourselves together. We're letting our voices be heard. We're going to do more than protest. We're going to participate. We're going to encourage. We're going to strengthen. Stephanie, we're going to do what it takes as black men so that we can stand up and be counted. And then once we do that, we create a cohesiveness that exists, that reestablishes our family, that reconnects us with our children, that connects us with the neighborhood, and we can begin a viable, thriving again in the African American community. Not going to tell y'all no more than that. Needed to get that out there. Needed to help you to understand this very clearly. All right. So here's what we need you to do, Charlene. If there's anything else that you can do, pray for us. That's right, Carletta. Money in our community stays in our community 6 hours. Okay. Black people spend $1.3 trillion a year. And most of it does not come back into our own community. It has to change. Every other community invests in itself, and it's time for us to get rid of the stigma of Willie Lynch. It's time for us to get rid of the stigma of being jealous and hateful and envious of one another. And we've got to learn how to lay aside every weight and every sin that does so easily beset us. And we got a race to run, but we're going to run this race together. We're going to run it with patience. We're going to run it with endurance, and we're going to run and see what the end is going to be. That's all I wanted to share with you. I thank you for your support. I thank those pastors for their support. I thank those organizations for their support. I am so grateful. I am so grateful. I am so grateful. And I got a team of men that are beyond expectations, who are doing what needs to be done. So we're going to march from the Covelli Center parking lot. We're not going to be on Market Street. We're going to come up on Champion, and then we're going to turn on the street that Jerome Franklin's shop is on, and that's where we will gather. That's where we will present our platform. That's where we will stand. And let me get this out here too, gentlemen, in case you're listening. I talked to Guy Burney. He's looking for men to be mentors. And so guess what? Guess what? When we get there, you ain't got to take them nowhere. It's totally cyber. We meet Pastor Dejanay 2 o'clock in the Covelli Center parking lot. We march at 3 p.m. from that place. Okay. And so the streets will be blocked off. You'll be able to get into where you need to get into the Covelli parking lot. And that's where we're going to march. We didn't want to put people in buses. We didn't want to put people in vans. We didn't want to put any of those things to happen. We'll stay outdoors. We will be practicing social distancing, and you must wear a mask. That is required. I have a couple of gentlemen that are going to be taking temperatures because we want to make sure that we are not spreading the virus as we march. Socially distanced, you got to have a mask. You got to do what you need to do. Temperatures are going to be taken so we can make sure that everything moves and flows the way it should. Thank you, Pastor Macklin. I appreciate that, my friend. And that's the best way for us to do it. And we're looking for it. I'm going to give a shameless plug and a shout out to Pastor Macklin. On Sunday, his church is going to show appreciation for the hard work that he's doing. And kudos to you, Dr. Macklin, for the work that you do and the representation that you make in the city of Youngstown. Titus, I got to get out of here. Did you get that, Pastor Dejanay? We gather at 2. We social distance. We have mask. Get you a hat. We will have water available if you need it. We're gonna do like Grandmama say. We're gonna slow walk you. We're gonna slow walk our way in as we make our way there. This keeps us off of Market Street, and then it allows us to gather in the street right there in front of Jerome Franklin's shop. Well, gotta go. Listen, be safe. Take care of yourself. Stay well. Make sure you wear your mask. Make sure you wash your hands. Make sure that you do everything you need to do so we can stay safe until this, yes, I'm getting ready to call it that, Tara, until this plague has been brought under control. Love you, each and every one of you. Love you for your support. Love you for your prayers. Love you for your participation. Pastors, I love you for what you are doing. I love you for how you are moving your men in that direction. Well, I got to go. Y'all be blessed. Pray for us. Pray for every service that's taking place, whether they're indoors or outdoors. Pray for them. Pray for us that at 3 o'clock, and I'm not going to tell you the numbers, but at 3 o'clock, yes, masks are mandatory starting Monday, but we're going to start today. Put those masks on and let's move from there. Oh, that's right. Thank you, Katrina. If you don't have masks, the mayor has them and I have them. We are making them available to everybody because we want to make sure that everyone is safe. Well, I got to go meditating, asking God's favor, asking the Lord to keep us. It's going to be hot. We'll be doing what we need to do to stay cool and giving God glory and praise because it was supposed to storm horrifically Sunday. I'll take the heat. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Love you. Appreciate you. May God bless you. May he keep you is our prayer.